Good morning. It's Roberta Reeves, the Gangsta Guru, and I have with me this morning a very special guest, my very good friend, Shafeeq Nalakath. Shafeeq is a Renaissance man. He is a videographer. He has his own movie company, Planet Movie, and if you want to see some of his fine videography, you can look on my YouTube channel. When I was in India, Shafeeq did all of the filming. Shafeeq is also a business entrepreneur, and he has a company for solar installation. He goes all over India and he installs solar for big companies. He can tell you more details, but I've seen his work on photos. And he is a lover of the poet Rumi, which is his most endearing quality to me. And so we're going to talk about Rumi today. We're going to talk about Rumi. Shafeeq is very knowledgeable and has that mystical wisdom that's also a rascal. He likes good scotch. That I can tell you. Okay. And meanwhile, I'm going to pour my drink. I'm drinking. What are you drinking, Shafeeq? I'm drinking Shtaventum. Did you bring your drink?
No. You just have it. With pleasure. You just take one pick for me also.
Okay, here's to you,
For the
Shafeeq.
sake of me. For the sake of Rumi.
For the sake of Rumi, here's to Rumi, that mystical poet. And Shafeeq is going to reveal to us about Rumi. So begin by telling us who Rumi was, because I don't really know. I just love his poetry.
Actually, Rumi is a mystical guru. He is born in Baki. Now that place in Tajikistan is near to the border to the Afghan. You know that he's a Persian poet as well as a scholar and a Sufi. Moreover, I will let you know, when he turned into this poetry and his whole literature. So he was proficient of Persian languages,
Persian?
Greek languages.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was he took his birth during this 13th century.
Mm.
13th century. So that was when that part was the area of his birth was the part of Iran, Persian dynasty.
See, and that wasn't that also the land of the Queen of Sheba? Persia? I think that's where the Queen of Sheba was from in the Bible, who seduced Solomon.
Yes.
I like those little stories, right?
Actually, his parents were scholars of preachers. They were very good preachers of Islamic scholars. So actually, when the Zoroastrians, you know, that Persian, during this Persian dynasty, I think in the 10th or 11th century.
I was going to ask you what century. His parents were 10th or 11th century?
No. His time, I think he is born in the December 17th of 1207.
So really, he's like 1,000 years ago, essentially, from us.
Yes.
Yeah, wow. And he has so much to say to us today, Shafeeq. But his poetry is living. It is vibrant. It is as relevant today. I read it and it touches my heart. Yeah?
Yes, definitely. So from his, you know, that is there were a Sufi background. You know, the Sufi is the branch of Islamic mysticism. So he known this from his parents from the youngest age. So when he was 30, he met Shams al-Tabriz. means
Sham Al Fabriz. Sham Al Fabriz. Okay. And who is Sham?
Tabriz. Shams means it's a name. Shams al
Yeah, but who
Tabriz.
is it? Who did he meet?
He was a poet, renounced poet of Persia. Okay,
Ah.
Persia was the Syria, Aleppo. He was living in the Aleppo. So during this Mongolian dynasty, uh, they migrated and his parents taken into him to the Syria, Aleppo. You know, the Aleppo now, this is a troubled area due to these old wars in
Oh, okay.
Syria.
So they're fighting.
So yeah. So he was at age 30 that time. He met his guru. He was non-preacher that time. He was a scholar. He was a Sufi. He was a teacher of this Islamic learnings.
Kind of like a university professor, kind of like a, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Later, he turned into the divine uh, Sufism in uh, by means all its divinity. So when he turned to the whirling dervishes, a dance become one with God.
So his practice, Rumi's practice, was the whirling of the dervishes. That's how he practiced meditation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So also this was the Persian and also this classic image of Turkey. The spinning serenely in their their tombstone like felt hats,
Yes.
billowing white robes and creating fascinating ceremony,
Yes.
aiming achieving oneness with God, practicing the
I saw them, Shafeeq. I saw them when I was in Istanbul, and I was mesmerized because they can do this for hours, spin, and they can not get sick to their stomach.
it's called mystic sema. Ceremony meanings sema. This dervishes is a practice of Sufi whirling, and there is an order for that. Sufi order we call is something asking blessing from. It's a moment like asking blessing from God, and like they want to be beneath, like their patience beneath like ground. So it's called sema. Sema means listening.
Sema. Am I saying it right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Sufi order. It's it is a 700-year-old ritual. This whirling dervishes. So now still it is practicing during this his death day. They celebrate that.
So I have to tell you, I did the dances of universal peace, and we had to whirl in that. And as Westerners, we couldn't do it. We couldn't spin. Some of us, our heads would get dizzy, and some of us would get nauseous. And what the guy was Neil Douglas Klotz. He said, focus on your heart energy. If you put your energy in your head and you whirl, you get dizzy. If you put your energy in your belly and you whirl, you get nauseous. But if you put your energy in the heart from your center and then you can spin for hours. So you have to meditate while you're...
Yeah, meditate. You are attaining energy from God and you are joining with God. And it's a kind of meditation. You are living everything. You are losing yourself being, throwing outside, and you're centric.
Wow. And so that's how he wrote all his beautiful poetry. He'd spin for a while and then he'd write a poem. Is that what?
The Sema is a ritual of it's a Mevlevi Sufi order, they call, based on the philosophy of Rumi, symbolizing the rising of human soul and releasing the ego, become enlightened.
I see.
So thus,
So you sort of spin your soul out of your body and meet with God up there in wherever God is, but you're not in the body after you spin for a while. Is that right?
yeah.
Wow. Have you done it? Have you done it, Shafeeq?
For attaining.
Have you? You do it?
I done it. Yeah, you know that. So also one of the method of enlightenment, attaining enlightenment, also the Osho meditation order.
Mm.
This is Sufi whirling is Rumi Sufi whirling is one of the major attractive meditation technique of Osho.
You have to explain to everybody who Osho was. Remember, I said to you when we were in Lucky's shop, I remember I said, I don't know Osho. Tell me Osho. But I knew Osho because I knew that naughty video I sent you. But tell everybody who Osho is. Do you guys know Osho? No. Okay, you're going to learn Osho. Tell us who Osho is.
You can see that there is a very big ashram is there. I don't know that where it is exactly located. I think Mexican city or capital somewhere. It is there. I will send you the link of that Osho meditation center.
We will put the link underneath that he sends us.
Yeah, definitely. So later, after he is meeting his guru, Tabriz, he become, around few years he lived with him, and after he lost, because he was more than 60 years old guy, his guru Tabriz.
Okay.
So, Tabriz was killed by some incident. So Rumi got shocked, and he felt he's alone and apart from him, because they were very good guru and friends and soul friends also. So after that, after leaving his guru from him, he started writing poems.
Really? He was in grief? He was grieving for his guru.
He was in grave, yeah.
Wow.
So he was, later he wrote the book of Masnavi. Masnavi is a book of love, book of
the book of
poem.
love.
Yes.
You know who else had the gospel of love? Mary Magdalene.
So I will I will recite a few lines. You just have your ring.
Good, recite them, darling.
From the book of Masnavi.
Okay, so recite the lines. Yes, good.
Okay. All lovers of this time, to set out from the world, I hear a drum in my soul's ear, coming from the depth of the stars. Our camel driver is at work, my caravan being readied. He asks that we forgive him for the disturbance he are asleep. Everywhere the murmur of departure, the stars, the candles thrust us from behind blue veils and ask it to make the invisible plain with the wondrous people have come forth. Poem from Mazanavi. So he is always writing poem regarding his beloved.
Yes.
Normally, the lovers feel that the beloved sometimes is a lover or his girlfriend or so.
Maybe even his wife.
But always he is talking with God.
Yes.
His beloved always it's God.
It's God.
Lovers.
So whenever he refers to the beloved one, he is referring to God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You know, Shafeeq, who else refers to God as the beloved is the Christian mystic, Saint John of the Cross, in The Dark Night of the Soul, which was written in the same time period, I think, like 1200, 1100, 1000.
Yeah,
Saint John of the Cross writes about the search for the beloved, and it is the search for God. But they don't say God. But people get confused. Oh, my beloved. Ah, no, not you.
yes. The mysticism, the mysticism he was stand for was the origin of all, Semitic religion, like Abrahamic, Jewish,
Hebrew,
Christianity,
yeah.
yeah, Hebrew. So you can the time of his festival when uh, uh, celebrating in Turkey, and I will tell you one story. I told you that
You wouldn't tell me on the phone.
secret. I told you that I will tell you one story regarding while I meet him, why I came to him, why I know him.
This is why
I
you know
heard,
Rumi. This
yeah,
is your personal
yes,
story of why you love
yeah.
Rumi.
I heard about Rumi earlier, like a love, like a romantic poet, like William Wordsworth, Keats, romantic poet. So Shelley, Keats, Thompson, you know that Wordsworth, William Cowper. So, like all other romantic poet, I learned about his poems and I heard about it. But I never thought he was a mystic. He was the person of from a mystic background, and I thought his name itself called Rumi. Rumi means Roma, uh, the, the area of the Eastern Roman Empire.
Yes, the Roma people, the gypsies, right? The gypsies, the Romani people.
He was proficient in Greek also. So the people who lived around that Eastern Roman area, Roman dynasty, uh, they called Rum. It means
Sure.
earlier. This become the people who lived there in the Roman Empire dynasty. They called Rumi.
So yes, let me interject here because I'm very excited. The Romani people are actually, I believe, from Egypt. Okay, Egyptians means out of Egypt. Okay, they don't look European at all. They have the features, what, of Egyptians. And they were the ones who carried the tarot from Egypt to Italy, to France, to all the places where that ancient wisdom came. And so that you're telling me he was connected to the Romani people, I'm like, I'm really excited to know that.
Yeah, you can see that Anatolians, they called Byzantine emperor were ruled that area of the Turkey before Ottoman emperor came. So anyhow, he at last he reached Turkey, and his grave is in Turkey. Uh, uh, the place is called Konya. Konya. You
Onia.
know, yeah. The story begins when I went to Turkey on 2013 uh, for a official visit I made when I was doing job in UAE with an MNC in a company. So I
Can you repeat that, Shafiq? The internet is unstable. Can you repeat that last sentence or two? Can you repeat?
Antalya, Antalya. So when I went Turkey for an official meeting from my company, I delegated to visit the Antalya. So around 300 kilometers from Antalya to Konya. So I never meant to go there. So I was never know that the grave of Rumi is situated in Antalya, Konya. So my friend who accompanied me, uh, my friend, he told me that when we go through that Konya, we pass the Konya. He said, "Why don't you meet? Why don't you go there? There is a Sufi called Rumi, Jalaluddin, Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi. So many people they comes and visit his grave. You can go there if you want. Then I just wanted. I never know that this Rumi is grave. So I was thought that maybe he's a Turkish. So actually, he was not a Turkish, but he his last time he was lived there in Turkey. So the Konya I went, I found his grave, and I see there is such a place. So many people, so many students, so many scholars from different universities, from New York, from Switzerland, from various parts of the world. They comes to do the thesis for the uh, philosophy doctorate, doctoral studies, and so many other people comes, religious people comes and do some worship there. So I found it's, I just read some stones there. I see some words of his wisdom written over the stones outside his grave. So I just read all these things. But I never felt I haven't much time to spend there. But my friend asked me, you just go and spend 1 hour and come back. We'll go to our way. So when I went into his graveyard, I felt something. I can't explain that. I think I just connected something from there. So after that, I came back. I was very felt very tired, and I was thinking, and I went to. I told him that okay, we can stop our journey here, and we stayed in a hotel. I slept all the night because I was very tired. So he, I don't know, it's like a miracle. I saw some words, some some what we call in my dream. Somebody utters some words, whispering on my ear, whispering some words near to my ears, like in a vague language.
Okay. But you could understand it?
No, I couldn't understand. I couldn't read that language.
Ah.
I couldn't. Yeah. So, but the same sound where someone praying surround of his grave, something connected like that. So okay, I forgot that, and I went to my meeting and I finished, and I just went to Istanbul and all some other part.
Hagia Sophia, yeah.
Asafia, and the Blue Mosque, and you can see that museum and
Sure.
yeah, Sultan Ahmed. You know that Sultan Ahmed.
Yes, the jewelry of the Sultana. Ooh, her jewelry. I love it.
Sultan Ahmed. The street. They tasted the street food, and you know the Yeni Raki. It's a traditional wine the drink.
No, I didn't get that, but I got the coffee. I got the coffee that's like oil, motor oil.
Turkish. You can see that the people are sitting on the street with the different flavors of coffee and tea, like
Yes, I love
cinnamon
it.
tea,
So,
cardamom tea.
Shafeeq, let
Like
me just kind of summarize in this moment. You went to his grave and he sort of reached out and touched your soul from that energy of his grave, of his place of abode, and he touched you in some way, and he came to you in a dream, or somebody came to you in a dream that changed your life. Is that fair? Is that a fair story of what happened? Yes. So that was how Rumi grabbed you, correct? You didn't grab Rumi. Rumi grabbed you.
Maybe. maybe my soul is wandering to
Like Rumi's. Yes, yes. So Shafeeq, we're going to close for this moment, but I want to end with this Rumi quote. There is a field out beyond the ideas of right doing and wrong doing. I will meet you there. We are definitely going to have to do part 2 because we haven't even touched on Rumi's poetry. This is just his life and his story and how it sparked and triggered your life and story from 1,000 years ago. His poetry is alive. It's a living body of work imbued with mysticism, and I know this, and it touches my heart, it touches your heart. In fact, that's how I met Shafeeq, guess where? Facebook. But he would post Rumi, and I'd be like, oh, this guy knows Rumi. I got to know this guy. So let's plan part 2, shall we? Another podcast?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Meantime, I'm going to toast to us with my Shrabantum. I'm trying to seduce you to come to Cozumel and put in my oh, you're drinking water. That doesn't count. Okay. Namaste, Shafeeq. Hey, look, wait, look what I have on. You see this?
Wow.
My Rudraksha that you gave me when I was in India.
The Rudraksha beads.
Yes, that you gave me. So you gave me these.
It will protect you. Yeah.
They protect me, yes. They're one of the few things I have left from Italy. Okay. Take care. Namaste. Namaste. Mwah.
Roberta ji, I'm so happy to see you like in such a bliss, like a goddess.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. I feel like a goddess.
With a bliss, yeah.
No, Ixchel is the actual goddess, but okay, namaste, Shafeeq. We will plan part 2, okay? All right.
Part 2 or 3 or 4.
Or 4 maybe. This goes on and on. All right, darling.
Yeah, but we don't want to much disturb this gentleman, handsome gentleman, Moses, and
he's giving me the time signal. You know those directors, they're going, time. Okay.
I can
Take care, darling.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
So, if you liked what you heard with Shafeeq Nalakath and me, the Gangsta Guru, look below at the links. You can follow Shafeeq, you can follow us. We will be doing part 2, 3, and maybe 4 of Rumi. We don't know how long this could go on because of the depths of Shafeeq's connection and because of the depths of his knowledge. So look for us on YouTube, look for us on our landing page. We'll post lots of links below so you can keep up with us. Namaste.